Hi, welcome to PHP tutorial. This is a list of suggestions how you can use this video. The notes for this video can be found at this URL. It is case sensitive, which is loaded here. The website is loaded here, and we were doing EG010 MVC pattern, which is all the code for this exercise can be found here. And we did not close everything, so everything is still running. And we were doing add product, and in the index, if the action is show add form, we'll just say show add form. Okay, obviously that's not correct, right? We need to actually being able to show the form, not just the action variable. So to do the show add form, okay, we need something from example 009. In example 009, we actually have three files that deal with that: the add form, the product, and the error. So here we are doing something slightly different because we are doing MVC pattern. So index will take care of all the controls, but when there's an add action, okay, we still need to show the add form. So we are going to do that in product add.php, okay? And all the other actions are stored in all the files here. So we did a product list, we took care of the database error, and now we need a product add, okay? So in EG009, we actually have add product form. We are going to open that, 9E. Okay, the first thing we did in the add product form is to load the categories again, get all the categories again. And obviously we do not have to do that in EG010, EG010, because this one was written as a function, and the function was stored in the categories table. And the function is called get categories. Okay, the function is stored in the category db.php, and the function is called get categories. Obviously the categories is used for the drop down menu, okay, of the add form. So here all we need to do is call this function get categories, copy that. In index, instead of echoing action, we don't need that anymore. We delete that, and we say that we are going to get categories, and we are going to store the value in a variable called categories, okay? And that is actually a PDA, if I'm not wrong, that is actually a PDO statement object, okay? And now we can use that here, okay? So technically, if we just copy and paste the code, that will be fine, but that's not the right way to do things. The right way to do things is actually to create a new file, okay? Because we cannot use the old file. The old file has all the headers. We can reuse the headers. We have the footer. We can reuse the footer, and then we need the old file to copy and paste, but we need a new file here to actually put the thing in the new file. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new file, and we are going to include the new file here. Okay, the new file is going to be called product add.php. All right, and product add, we are going to put it in the same folder. So what we are going to do is we are going to go to the product manager. Inside here, we're going to right click, create a new text document called product _ add.php. Okay, and if we open this up in Notepad++, we have product add here. Okay, right now it's empty, so if you click on add product, you will see empty, no error message. Okay, that is fine. But obviously we don't want it to be empty. We want to put something inside. Sorry. So what we need to put is, first we need to put a header, right? We created a header, we should use that. And because this is in Product Manager, to get a header, you need one level up, one level down into the view. The header is in the view. So if I didn't do anything wrong, when you click on Add Product, you will see the header. Okay, and we need a footer as well. So we put the footer here, Control C and Control V. Control S to save, reload, you see the footer. So in the middle is the form that we can use in the Add Product form. Okay, so this is example 009. Let me move this to the right side. So we know that 9 is on the right, product add is here. So if you look at the 9 Add Product form, this part is already done, right, by the function, because we don't repeat code. The header and footer are taken care of because we don't repeat code, we want to reuse code. The only part that's really useful that we want to reuse is the main. So we get everything here, Control C to copy, come over here, go to product add, Control V to paste. Probably I can align it better, so I select everything and do an edit, indent, decrease line indent. Okay. So now, when you click on the Add Product, you will have that. Okay. The categories are taken care of. You can put the code in. Let's say you want to add. Oh, Shane, you're going to get error if you add now. Okay. Okay, I don't even need to type anything because if I try to add product, so there are two things we need to change. When you try to add product, you submit, it go to 9F. That's not 9F here, so that's not going to work. And when we click on here, view product list, that's not going to work because we don't have 9C index. So we have two things we need to change. Let's do one thing at a time. Okay. So let's say you want to send it back to 9F to add product. If you add product now, you get file object not found. That's not good. So to fix this, we have to say we are going to go back to the index. Okay, go back to the same page because the index is the controller, right? And the product add is in the same folder as the product manager. We say we just go back to the index.php. The ID is the ID doesn't matter. ID is Add Product form. ID doesn't matter, and then we have all this. Okay, action is going to be index. Product equal to post. ID is going to be that. Okay. From action is equal to index, method is equal to post, ID is equal to Add Product form. But then if you send it back to the same page, they need to know that you are actually going to add something, because if you just send it back to the same page, they're not going to add. Okay, they are just going to show you the, sorry, I probably need to reload. Yeah, so if you send it back to the same page, they are not adding anything, okay, because they don't know that you want to add. So in order for the program to know you want to add, you want the program to pick up your action is add. So we are going to use because you are doing a post. So if you use a post method and in the index action post is going to pick up something. So what we do is here we're going to create a hidden field again. So the type is equal to hidden. Name is equal to action, because once you put action, the index is going to pick up. And we say I want to do add product. Okay. So now, when you send it back to the index, save this, send it back to the index, your action is going to be add product. So I'm going to break here to pick up the add product. So if the action now is equal to app product, which we specify here, and I'm going to echo it. So now when I add, I need to reload. So now when I add, you see the app product, okay? So now you're on the right track. So make sure you remember to save and reload. Yeah, we do that all the time. So the next thing you want to do is, we can refer to old code. The old code here is like, hey, if you submit, they are going to do 9f app product. So I can probably copy the code from 9f. So I'm going to close that file. I'm going to go to eg0099f app product, open it up. So I can copy stuff. So the first thing you want to do is to get the code, right? Get the name, get the price. Okay, if you want, you can echo them as well. So just copy this and then go to the index. I'm going to paste it here, tab it, and tab it, and uncomment this. Control S to save. Now, let's say I want to do loss chain. So now when you add product, you are going to get undefined variable. Fantastic. 45 is, oh, I don't need category ID, I'm sorry. Let's try that again. Add product. So you get your add product. I need to delete this. I'm sorry. I need to delete this. Go back again. Add product. You get your log chain, right? Your code, get your name, what you key in, and get your price. So what if the user forgot something? What if the user forgot log chain? Okay, you don't want to let user go through that. So if the user forgot log chain, you are going to show an error. So now, when you add product, if there's an error, you are going to go error.php. If there's no error, very good. You just go back to index and add it. So what if there is an error? So to take care of that, I don't need all this anymore. I'm just going to delete this. If there is an error in any of the input, in my 9f app product, we actually have this to take care of that, right? So I'm just going to copy this. If there is an error, I'm going to press the tab key to indent it. If there's an error, I say that there is an error, and then I want to make an error, but you do not want to make another file. You want to reuse your header, you reuse your footer. So I'm going to create a file called errors with an S, okay, and put it in view. It's very much similar to database error, but it's not database error. So we're going to call it errors, and we're going to reuse the header, reuse the footer, load it inside there. I'm not going to draw the arrows because we understand header and footer is going to be reused throughout. Okay, so I'm going to do create a new file in eg010 under errors. I'm going to create a new text document called error.php. Sorry, no S. Sorry. Error.php. And then I'm going to open error.php in Notepad++. I'm going to put the error.php on the left side. Okay, and obviously there's no S here. My bad. And error.php, and in the index, if there's an error, I'm going to say I'm going to include one step up, one step down errors. So now, if I try to submit this app product, you're going to get undefined variable category ID on page 40. Oh, sorry. So when you check this, I actually don't really need category ID, do I? Let's see. Wait a minute. Okay, do I need category ID? Oh, actually I need category ID. Okay, so because when I do the actually add product, I have to send a category back to myself. So actually I need that. So in order to get the category ID, I cannot do the old way anymore. I have to, actually I can get the old, I can do this. I can just get the category ID from the same way that I do this, right, to get that. So we just use the get method. No, I cannot use the get method. Okay. So I need a category ID, and I probably shouldn't close my EG009. So let me open my EG009E again. Okay, and 9E, we have the category ID, and 9F, get the category ID. So actually I need this statement. So let me get that, copy that, and put it into my index. I shouldn't skip that one. So I need my category ID, okay? Because my add product form have the drop down list. I cannot skip that. So when I add this thing here, all right, if there's any error, I will get a blank screen, okay, because errors have nothing yet. But obviously I need something in the error, all right. I don't think I need 9. Do I still need 9F? Yes, I need 9F add product. I don't need 9E add product form. So let me close my 9E add product form. In the error page, we are going to show the same error as 9G error. So I'm going to open my 9G error. I don't need a header. I don't need a footer. I just need the main. Okay, so in the error, I'm going to copy my header from product add. I'm going to copy my footer from product add. And then in the body, I'm just going to show the error. Because the header is taken care of, the footer is taken care of, I just need to show the error here. Save your work. You can even just make it left align. It doesn't really matter anymore. Okay, so error should work. So now if you forgot something, and when you add product, you get an error, okay? Because it is included here. But what if you have no error, okay? What if everything is fine? All right, you create not chain, and then you want to add it in, so you need an else statement here. So now you do the actual add. All right, in the old file that we did add product, what we did was we did all this to do an add product, add something to the product. But remember, in our MVC pattern, to do a product add, we actually put a function in productdb.php and then call this. So we can do this. So we are going to go to productdb.php. We are going to create a function called add. We are going to create a function called add product. Okay, we are going to create a function called add product. And you need a couple of things in the add product, because if you look at add product here, you actually need category ID, code name, and price, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy everything from query to close cursor. Okay, I'm going to do a copy here from this file to the product add. Let me try that again. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. Obviously, the first thing you want to do is get a global in. The second thing you want to do is put all the variables that you need there. So you will need the category ID. Okay, put the variables there as a parameter. You need a code so that the parameter can be passing through the function. You need a name. And you need the price. Obviously, you can see I'm working backward. Okay, and then let me end this. So once this thing works, you can just use this, call this function again and again and again. So let me copy this, put it in my index, say, or else I can easily do a add product. Okay, I can easily do an add product, and I can add my category ID from here, code from here, name from here, and price from here, all from here, wherever you like. So once we do that, don't forget a semicolon, we can send this back to the same page, because remember, index is the controller, and header location is the correct way to send files, send controls around. Okay, you should always use header location to send something to another file, not really include. So if you want the control to change, you want the URL of the browser to change, you should always use header location. Send it back to the same file, so you put a dot, and you want to preserve wherever category you do and send it back to that page. So if you choose action figure, you go back to action figure. If you choose MP3 song, you go back to MP3 song, so on and so forth. So category ID, use a key value pair equal to the category ID you are using right now. Okay, so key is the category ID, and the value is wherever you put. So that is the key, and that is going to be picked up by the get. No, that's going to be picked up by this get, category ID. Okay. All right. So let's try that. Save your work. So now if you do add product, your log chain is added below. Okay. So if you go to MP3 songs and you say you want to do okay, let's say you want to add a song, right? You can do add product, and this time is your MP3 songs, and let's say you want to call the song Peach, and the name is Peach Tree of Wisdom, and let's say it's $5. And when you do add product, you will go into the Peach, and because you do this category ID equal to this something, you are going to end up at MP3 songs. They won't send you back to the action figures. Okay. So we are done, right? Yes. So we are done. But the last thing you want is in the add products page. If you go to add product, when you go view product list, you should go back to the first page, right? You should go back to index. Okay. But if you click on that, right now they give you an error, page not found, because in the product add, that is the wrong link. So you need to fix that. So to fix that, all you need to do is change the link to index.php, because that is the control, right? That's the controller. and then action is equal to list products. So when you do that, they're going to come back, get method action pick up here. If action is equal to list products, you do what we're supposed to do the first time. Okay, so that is the product add change. So now reload here. Let's say you want to go back, click on that, you will see that. So add product, you can go back, everything's fine. Yep. I think that is the last thing we need to do. Okay, so we finish. Yep, that's the last thing to finish that we need to do. So we finished the MVC pattern. All right, again, MVC stands for Model View Controller. So if you look at what we have done in EG010, we have 4 folders. CSS is in the root folder. The model is in a model folder, obviously. Anything that access the database, all the functions are here. Model view is in the view folder. For header and footer, obviously some of the view is actually here in the product and product list, but the example use it, put it into the controller, put it into the product manager folder just for easy organization. I understand why they do that, because they actually have another controller for shopping cart, which we did not do. Okay, so if you have another folder shopping cart, you want to separate the files. The controller obviously is the index. Okay, that's for control. They also created a folder to keep errors just for organization. Okay, so this is a simple model view controller example. We organize it pretty decently, and everything is example 010. So we finished this example 010. We have some other small examples to cover other things, but that is a good place to stop for example 010. Let me just close everything. We can safely say I can close everything here. Nope, I don't want to save. Okay, and that is what we have done. All right, it's a simple diagram, but header and footer is used by everything. Okay, I don't really need this anymore. I can close this as well, and don't forget to shut down your Apache Web Server MySQL, and you can close all this. Okay, all right, that's a good place to stop. Thanks for watching. Bye.